The Atlanta Hawks are another big winner of the NBA offseason. The Eastern Conference is going to be wide open going into next season. And the Atlanta Hawks, they got aggressive. They made some nice moves that not only puts them in a good position now, but it also sets up their future very nicely. How they're able to manage assets and the trade that they made at the NBA draft. So in this one, I want to talk about what the Hawks did. I think this team is a sneaky contender. That's how good of an offseason they had. And Trae Young finally has the pieces around him. And this is a player in Young who is trying to get back to the Eastern Conference Finals for the first time since 2021. The Atlanta Hawks, they look promising. They made some moves that should put them in the upper echelon of the Eastern Conference for a chance. There's going to be a giant opportunity for a team like the Hawks to get into that top 4 spot. Do me a solid, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. We're so close to 40K. Please help me hit that. It is greatly appreciated. So, of course, the Hawks, they started the offseason with a bang. They traded for Kristaps Porzingis. Porzingis heads to the Hawks while Niang and a second-round pick went to Boston. In Brooklyn, they wound up with Terrence Mann and the rights to Drake Powell. And this was such a great move for the Hawks. Of course, the Celtics, they had to make trades to get under that second apron. And the Hawks, they swooped in and got themselves their stretch big and rim protector. And I think Porzingis is going to be a great fit. It's going to be an excellent pairing with Trae Young. I mean, him with Trae Young is just going to lock so much on the offensive end. Trae Young's passing ability is unbelievable, and it's going to be able to expand his offensive playbook, playing alongside with somebody like Porzingis, who, again, can just stretch the floor, hit shots, and also, this is a move that's going to improve Atlanta's defense. So this was a big get for the Hawks, and he is going to fit in perfectly at that 5 spot in the Hawks starting 5. That looks very, very deadly. I mean, you're talking about a starting 5 now after the trade for Porzingis that's going to feature Trae Young, Dyson Daniels, Shea, Jalen Johnson, who's expected to take a big leap this season, and Porzingis. Good luck trying to score on that team. And there's going to be a lot of size and length next to Trae Young and his ability to just get everybody involved. And then obviously he's capable of going off with his elite scoring ability. Then the Atlanta Hawks made some really nice signings. I mean, they wasted no time making themselves one of the biggest winners of NBA free agency. And they went after a hot commodity. And they landed Nickeil Alexander-Walker. You look at what they're getting in him. He's an excellent 3-and-D combo guard. He can handle the ball very, very well. And the Hawks were able to outbid all the other competitors in signing him to a 4-year, $62 million deal. There were a lot of teams interested in Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And the Hawks, they were able to win the bidding war as he was one of the market's best shooting guard options. And now the Hawks, they have him for their second unit. And then if that wasn't a nice enough move, they got some shooting. They went on to sign Luke Kennard, as they did have that extra mid-level exception to work with, and they added him to a 1-year, $11 million deal. He's one of the league's best shooters, if not the best, being the most efficient 3-point shooter in NBA history with a minimum of 2,000 attempts. So these were 2 excellent moves. Now you're looking at a bench projected to be Kobe Buffkin, Luke Kennard, Nickeil Alexander, Walker, Mo Gay, and Okongwu. So the Atlanta Hawks, they made some really nice moves. And this isn't even including what they were able to do on draft night. The Hawks, they took full advantage of another team's excessive urgency. And it became very, very clear that the Pelicans, they really wanted Derek Queen. And they were not confident that he was going to fall to them. So the Hawks, they leveraged that. So not only did they make a nice trade that saw them go down 5 spots where they were still able to get the guy that they wanted, but they were able to acquire an unprotected 2026 first-round pick. So the Hawks are going to have a loaded pick, which could be a very good pick if the Pelicans aren't good this season, and that's a real possibility because the Western Conference is going to be extremely tough, and right now the Pelicans are projected to be a lottery team. That pick again, unprotected, is going to the Atlanta Hawks in what has been described as one of the worst trades in recent memory. So the Hawks just about accomplished everything this offseason. They make the big trade to round out their starting five. They get some very nice pieces for their bench. They make that draft day deal to ensure that they could have a juicy pick in a loaded 2026 NBA draft, all while allowing themselves to become a sneaky contender. I mean, you look at this team right now, I don't think it's crazy to say that the Hawks can't go on a run. Like, the Eastern Conference Finals, I think, is wide open. There's the Knicks and the Cavaliers. Orlando, I think, is going to be really, really good. But there's a pathway to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, to get out of the East. And when you look at this Hawks team, if healthy, that is the biggest thing here. If healthy, this is a top 4 seed in the East. I mean, they're able to add Alexander Walker, Kennard. They trade for Porzingis. You have defensive wizard Dyson Daniels. You got Richeche, who's going to get better. Jalen Johnson, wouldn't be surprised if he's an all-star this season. Okongwu, that is a fearsome front 8 rotation. Their top 8 is unbelievable. So I think the Hawks, you got to consider them a contender in the Eastern Conference. Like, this is a team that can very well get to an Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, the last time Trae Young had some pieces, look what he did. Now, this is arguably the best roster he has ever had. He's got the pieces. He's got guys who could stretch the floor. He's got the elite defense. I mean, we haven't been able to say that in a while, that the Hawks are probably going to be an elite defense this season, all while still being top 10 offense. I think this is going to be a really fun team to watch. They really upgraded. This rotation looks very, very promising. And they are not only a contender, but now they have the assets to really be in play for maybe a potential big trade down the line if Giannis becomes available. Like I said, they got that 2026 pick now. So they really have put themselves in a nice position to not only go out there and contend this season, but also do some big things down the line as well. So the Atlanta Hawks, I think the door is wide open for this team to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. They are going to be a top 4 seed, I think. They're going to be in that upper echelon with the Knicks, Cavs, Magic. I think the Hawks are right there. So they really got aggressive. They took full advantage of the opportunity ahead. A lot of the big teams are not going to be there. Boston, Milwaukee, Indiana going to be taking a step back with Hallie out, losing Turner. So there is going to be a real opportunity for a team like the Hawks to seize the moment. And we know Trae Young, he is that it factor. We'll see if he can replicate some of that magic from 2021, and this team can get back to the Eastern Conference Finals with a chance to get out of the East. But let me know your thoughts, guys, on this Hawks offseason. What are your thoughts on the moves that they made, and how far do you think this Hawks team can go realistically next season? Let me know your thoughts down below. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. That's it for me. It's Luke signing off. Thanks for watching. I will catch you all again in the next one.